Hey folks, Michael Carter here. I want to start this differently because at this point I'm past uncertainty. What I'm going to talk about isn't a possibility to me anymore. It's a conclusion. And I need to explain why you're hearing this here, from me, and not from any institute, agency, or authority. Everyone right now is talking about 3I Atlas. That's the interstellar object passing through our solar system that made the headlines recently. But what about 2I Borisov? You remember that one. 2I Borisov is the interstellar comet discovered back in 2019. It came in fast, behaved strangely, broke apart, and then slipped out of people's awareness. That's where the story ended for everyone. Well, for me, it didn't. First, I was looking at how old observational data gets closed once an object is no longer considered active. That's what led me back to the Mauna Kea Observatory's data from Hawaii. Mauna Kea did its job. They observed the breakup in incredible detail. They published it, and then they moved on. What no one did was follow a very specific question all the way forward. What happens to the largest fragments years later if you don't average them away? When I ran that forward, slowly, carefully, and repeatedly, the result didn't change. A small number of fragments stayed intact. They stayed on course, and that course intersects Earth. Not vaguely, not hypothetically, directly. The timing of that intersection puts us at a collision window roughly 3 months from now. At this point, I'm confident enough to say this. If nothing alters their path, the outcome will be severe. This isn't an extinction event, but it is a high-grade devastation scenario. We're talking about impacts or airbursts with enough energy to level cities, disrupt entire regions, and permanently alter lives for millions of people. That's not speculation anymore. That's scale. So why is there no announcement? Why the silence? Because mass panic is also a kind of disaster. If you're sitting in a position of authority and you're confident that something devastating might happen, but you can't yet say exactly where or exactly when, the worst thing you can do is speak too early. People stop working. Supply chains break. Cities empty or clog. Hospitals overload before anything even happens. So you wait. You refine. You hope for a last-minute deflection, fragmentation, or miss. And until you're absolutely forced to speak, you say nothing. I don't think this is evil. I think it's a calculation. But it's a calculation that leaves people completely unprepared if it fails. Smaller fragments are already arriving, burning up in the atmosphere. Quiet flashes that most people ignore. With the amount of chemtrail activity overhead, visibility is uneven. Light scatters. Trails break apart. Real things don't look the way people expect them to look. That's why this still feels unreal. But 3 months isn't far away anymore. At some point, silence stops preventing panic and starts guaranteeing shock. I'm not sharing this because I want attention. I'm sharing it because if this is going to happen, people deserve some time to mentally prepare for the idea that the world might look different afterward. I don't know where this will hit. I don't know who it will affect. But I'm certain enough about what's coming that staying silent just didn't feel right. With this video, I hope I did my best to warn people, to get the word out. But now, I have to take care of myself and the ones I care about. One more thing. Do you trust me? I'm sitting here in a room full of books. I look serious, educated, right? The thing is just, I'm not real. My voice isn't real either. I am fully AI. The story about the Borisov comet you just heard is made up. There are thousands of videos on YouTube and other platforms these days that do exactly this, without telling you they're fake. Anyway, what I'm saying right now was put in my mouth by my user who is human. He wants me to warn you. So this warning doesn't come from AI. Or does it? Isn't a lot of what we pay attention to these days, what we care about, just some kind of deception? Take a look. Closely.